we had to grab our IDs, and that we would be at the front gate and ID'd and questioned, and then some returned to work and some didn't.
The Alberta government is not playing games. Deportations and local immigration enforcement are now a reality in Alberta streets. And this has illegal immigrants worried, as Alberta becomes the first jurisdiction in Canada to seriously enforce immigration law. We got ICE-style enforcement happening right here, right now in Alberta. Let's dive in.
Calgary police and federal immigration officers paid a surprise visit this morning to the construction site at the city's new event centre. The Canada Border Services Agency conducted immigration checks, which brought work to a stop. Mark Villani has more from legal experts and reaction from those working on site.
Construction is in full swing at Calgary's new event centre until it all came to a grinding halt Wednesday. Officers with the Canada Border Services Agency arrived on scene conducting what's called a regulatory compliance check for employees and contractors of Canada Construction. Calgary police say they were only there to ensure safety as federal officers carried out immigration status verifications. For workers at Scotia Place, this sudden inspection was unsettling.
There was a lot of concern, a lot of people who were mad. A lot of people here were in disbelief.
So you have this massive construction site in the city of Calgary, Alberta's largest city, and in a combined effort of local Alberta authorities as well as federal enforcement agencies, they conduct some sort of surprise immigration check, presumably because they suspected that there were some individuals who might have been undocumented in the worksite. Whether they received a tip from the public directly or someone indicated to them what was going on, that's not known at this time. But what we do know is this was obviously unexpected by the company and the workers who were present at the site. Danielle Smith, our premier here in Alberta, has indicated previously that our government has been looking into ways within her jurisdiction that she could discourage illegal immigration and abuse of our system by people coming from other provinces and out of country. Immigration enforcement is still a federal responsibility, but she did signal that she would do everything within her power to make the situation better for Alberta workers. I wonder if this is what she was referring to, especially considering the fact that Calgary Police is Alberta, part of Alberta Police, and they participated in the operation. What do you think?
This is common in Canada, but it's uncommon in Calgary.
Immigration lawyers say these types of operations are part of a broader shift in CBSA enforcement, which includes the hiring of another 1,000 new officers across the country.
As a result of the Liberal government sort of immigration policy, we've got hundreds of thousands of temporary residents in Canada that simply can't navigate their way to permanent residency. So a lot of them are choosing to work without authorization.
Other legal experts add that it's unlikely CBSA would show up without cause, especially for major operations involving levels of various employees.
In large-scale projects, you may have GCs, general contractors, who are abiding by the rules, but they are contracting out so much work. I don't know what checks and balances exist.
But for those still on site, some hope this disruption doesn't put a stop to one of Calgary's largest construction projects.
We need every man and every woman here.
Of course, you always have the bleeding hearts who will make excuses for illegal behavior to virtue signal or whatever. But then you also have those with something to gain from the situation. The so-called not-for-profits or TV lawyers who advocate for illegal immigrants while ignoring the fact that this does have a negative impact on the citizens and legal immigrants currently in the country. Those people are now competing for these jobs with people who shouldn't be employed to begin with. Canada has become notorious for people overstaying their visas, coming in as students and staying for work, or even never showing up to the school they were supposed to. The country has also accepted a ridiculous amount of temporary foreign workers in a time when young Canadians are struggling to find work. In what world is this a good idea? But common sense and sound policies have become a very rare commodity in today's Canada.
Mark is at that Scotia Place construction site tonight. So, Mark, do we have any indication as to what prompted this immigration inspection?
Well, Tara, police and federal officials have not told us yet what triggered this inspection, but immigration experts tell us that these checks often come from tips that they receive or as part of broader enforcement campaigns. Legal experts tell us that if violations are found, employers could face some very serious fines as well as significant penalties, even temporary bans on hiring foreign workers. The CBSA, Canna Construction, as well as Calgary Sports and Entertainment Corporation did not respond to our questions about what prompted this inspection as well, or if any illegal workers were found in this inspection.
School is almost out, and so are students, many eager to snag a summer job.
Oh my gosh, I've probably sent out close to 10 resumes for around my area, yeah.
But finding and securing one is proving harder and harder for students across the country. But there's no denying the demand for jobs is being felt here at home. A recent job fair at the Halifax Shopping Centre drew a big crowd.
We definitely saw between 100 and 150 people come out for the job fair, which is significant. We saw anywhere from high school students to certainly university and, younger grads.
But even with help, students say it continues to be a struggle.
In the summertime, it can be quite competitive, and due to my age, it's hard to find opportunities out there to get a paid job.
Look, at some point, a society has to realize that governments are there to serve their citizens. That's how it's supposed to work. But what we have lately is governments who serve themselves, non-citizens, and even citizens of other countries, while neglecting their own people. The first responsibility of any government is to put their people first, to serve their citizens first. Everything else should come second to that. But that's not what's happening in Canada today. You've failed as a government when you have thousands of unemployed young Canadians desperately looking for work, while you import thousands of people from other countries to take these jobs. I don't care what the story is. I don't care what kind of excuse they're coming up with. It's just wrong, plain and simple. So it is refreshing to see immigration enforcement taking place here in Alberta as the rest of Canada continues to fall into chaos. I hope to see even more ways in which Alberta can protect its workers, its youth, and its people. Hey, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to be notified every time a new video is published, hit the subscribe button and activate the notifications bell. It's completely free and it helps our channel grow. A heartfelt thank you to all our channel members. I really appreciate your support. See you all in the next one. Peace.